Good evening, everybody, and welcome.
Welcome to Tuesday Night Chat with Jean-Luc and Nick. As you all know, hopefully I'm Jean-Luc. And Nick says it right there. It says it right there.
So we are live tonight for our Tuesday chat. We are here to talk to you guys tonight about inspiration and motivation.
Yeah, finding it, refinding it, creating it, all of that kind of fun stuff. So, but before we go that, we're going to do some quick announcements. First things first, remember that on June 18th, so Nick, we're already talking about June, people. Can you believe it? Like, I couldn't believe when we said June. What happened to all the other months of the year? So June 18th, no, June 8th, I apologize. June 8th, we are doing the Shoppers Drug Mart's Women's Run or Walk. So if you want to register, come join us for the walk. That'd be great. We are doing lunch afterwards now because unfortunately, we didn't realize how fast the Friends Muppet Show was going to book up, and there's no longer any tickets available
on that date. So what we're doing instead is for anybody who RSVP'd or is interested in going to see Friends in the fall, still submit your name. We'll post again, and what we'll do is we'll get a group of people. We'll find a date in September, October that we'll all go together.
And book our tickets now.
So we'll send out an email to ask those who are interested in doing this in the future. We'll send out the email, and then we'll figure out a date, and then we'll go from there. Okay. So with that day, we're still going to go for a walk in the morning to support a good cause and go for lunch. And I hate to say this, but all our lunches and dinners have been very eventful, very entertaining. People laugh.
Yes.
People make fun of us.
We laugh. We cry. We make up. No, I'm just joking. There's no fighting. So, next thing is July 14th, 10 a.m., a Moccasin Trail walk. This is just a Jean-Luc and Nick walk. No cause except for just to walk.
Yeah.
So that is on July 14th.
And for those of you wondering where this trail is, it's in Toronto. So for those of you wondering if you can join, it's in Toronto. And then also we are coming out west. We are going on a West Coast tour. The events are being put together. We've met with 3 of the ambassadors. We're still looking for an ambassador in Calgary, Alberta. So if anybody's in Calgary who can help us put together something or help us figure out how to put together an event that anybody can join. All the events are very simple. Most of them are walks and a meal. So it's a very easy things to do while we're in each of your cities. So if you're from Calgary, let us know. This week, our website will be changed and each city will be added. So you can actually RSVP for the events, and then we'll get you guys the information for when we come to your cities. So yes, so that was Winnipeg, Regina, Saskatoon, Calgary, Vancouver, and Victoria.
What he said. I second that.
So on that note, also, don't forget that at the end of tonight's session, if you're in Zoom with us, we will give you the word of the day to put another entry. Some of you have been here every single time that we've had so you guys are getting a lot of entries. Getting a lot of entries. And we keep forgetting step, so we have to start getting some in step as well. So incentive to come to step more often. We should wake up for step.
We should wake up for step.
That's the first step.
That's the hard part.
The first step is to wake up.
First step is to wake up for step.
Exactly.
In the morning. Because the afternoon is never not as big of an issue.
No, we're usually up for that. It's the mornings that we have problems.
It's going to get better, right? Because we're going to inspire ourselves. We're going to inspire all of us tonight.
Which is what we're talking.
And that's what we're talking about next. So let's bring the next thing up there so that way we're on the same track.
There you go.
So did you guys know that the word inspire is actually a Latin? It's actually... I'm not going to pronounce this correctly, but it's in
inspirare.
Inspirare.
Just think of Harry Potter.
Yeah, I was just going to think. That sounds very. And it's a Latin word meaning breathing into something, like to breathe into. So that's where the word inspiration comes from. So it's that feeling that, you're mentally stimulated and you want to manifest something to actually make it a reality. You're inspired to see, you've got this idea, you want to actually physically either touch it or achieve it. So things that inspiration do for us, they improve clarity. When you're inspired, all of a sudden you see things clearly. Like it's less jumbled in your mind. You have a higher energy level when you're inspired, because you've got that go-to-itiveness, right? You just want to do it.
And right now, we're kind of going through that in terms of what we're doing with Jean-Luc and Nick.com. So, we were doing P3 for a while and then things were stagnant for us. We weren't as inspired, we weren't as motivated. But now that we're changing things, we are feeling a bit more motivated and feeling more excited about the things we're doing. And it shows into also our sessions. We're one of the things that you probably noticed is we're standing up again. One of the, number one thing that we've changed is now we're standing up for our sessions. Where P3 near the end, we almost sat down all the time for every session. So there's a change right there, and just our demeanor and how we actually are wearing, clean clothes.
Sound like we sat here and we were dirty.
No, but I mean, like we put on fresh shirts for tonight's show. Like it's when you're inspired, when you feel excited about something, you end up treating yourself better, is what we're trying to say.
Well, and the last one too, and Nick already touched upon it, was we have more creativity. You feel when you're inspired, the ideas come to you so much easier. And because you're thinking more clearly and you have better energy, what does that do? It just makes things smooth and positive and happy. And it's that persistent feeling, that persistent feeling of being uninspired or unmotivated. I hate to say it, it is, or any type of low mood, it is a symptom of depression. So we just want to make sure you realize that, right? So if you're feeling that no motivation and that you're not in that, you're feeling very blah, there's nothing wrong with reaching out for help. There's nothing wrong with talking to your doctor about that stuff, right? But let's talk about ways to maybe inspire yourself and shift that whole thought process. So let's get inspired. First things first is stop doing the same thing over and over and over again. Okay, and I know this sounds like we kind of like contradict ourselves sometimes, don't we? Right? Because we tell you, create a routine, make sure it's a pattern, do things over and over again, right? But then we tell you, change it up. Don't do things over and over again. That what we're trying to say when we make these comparisons or these contrasts is your routine is good, making sure you're waking up in the morning, making sure you're having your breakfast, you're drinking your water, you're doing that stuff. But maybe you're waking up in the morning too late and you need to wake up earlier. So same concept, right? But you're changing it up. Maybe, and when I say earlier, I'm not saying I wake up at 6 a.m. every morning, so now I'm going to wake up at 3. Because is that realistic? No. But saying, okay, I wake up at 6 a.m., but my alarm goes off till 6:15, and I'm up by 6:20. How can I change it up a little bit? I can move my alarm to 5:45, sleep until 6, and be up by 6:05. And I know this sounds funny, but it's those little small things that changing it up actually kind of helps.
Another thing you could do to get inspired is start journaling or tracking. And it doesn't mean just the usual, we always tell you guys this, don't write it. If you're not a writer, don't write it down. Our tracking is literally the Facebook group. So for those of you wondering, how are we tracking? When we're tracking well, you see our meals. When we're not tracking so well, our meals disappear a little bit. So you guys know that, we're probably having some pizza that night.
Did you track your breakfast, your lunch?
No, I didn't take a picture.
You didn't take a picture?
No, I forgot.
It was a wrap.
It was a wrap.
Eggs and spinach. And
it wasn't that bad, I forgot. But that's what we use to track ourselves, going live and checking in on with our weight, doing our workouts with you guys. That's the way we track.
And we don't know if you've been using it, but we've been posting a daily tracker in the group that you can print. It is colored. I recommend you print it black and white. The color's still pretty, but print it in black and white so you're not using all green. And maybe start filling that out. Maybe that will inspire you to go get a different tracker, a different journal that works for you better. But start somewhere with that potentially.
You could also track on your own phone taking photos. You can use the VIP group, which I'll share the link to those of you in Zoom again later. If you haven't joined the exclusive VIP group for those of you who come to our sessions. This is another area where you can share your journey with a small group of friends and people that will support you, so that if you need tracking help, if this is something that you struggle with, use this group. Go live in there, talk to people, share how you're feeling. We know that's how we succeeded our first time, and that's why we're doing this again with all of you, because we know us sharing this way works for for us. So if you're a person who loves to share, and I know some of you in here are, I can see Marianne is a person that loves to share her meals, things like that.
Her walks.
Her walks.
Sorry for telling everybody you're doing this, Marianne, but
but it's just an example. And what it does for her, it probably inspires her. The likes and the thumbs up probably motivate. The comments help motivate. And it's a tracker for you. You're actually putting down to paper, or not paper, but to internet. You're putting a keyboard to internet that you're actually doing something. Yeah, it's somewhere on there.
FYI, if you are not in the VIP group, but you are still in Hello at Jean-Luc and Nick because you don't join Zoom, you can do the same thing in that group as well.
Yes.
We're not saying that you can only do it in one. Do it in both groups. But we're saying for those of you who might feel more comfortable with a smaller group, exactly. The number 3 thing that we recommend, get outside. I know it sounds silly, and people are like, we are guilty of this. There's days where we avoid outside like it's the plague. Like, honestly, there was a drop of rain. We shouldn't go. It might rain again.
It might rain.
It might rain.
In 3 days.
There's clouds outside. And we're mad, and we know we are mad. Although when it's really nice out, we love going outside. So going outside might not be, again, this all goes to the changing it up again, might not be, I'm going to go spend an hour outside today because I don't have an hour. But I'm going to open the window and actually, or open my patio door, or open my front door and step on my front porch for just 5 minutes. As simple as that. Get some fresh air with a little bit of, car pollution. But, get some fresh air, right?
You're very encouraging.
I'm trying to be funny. But it's true, right? Get outside. Go sit in your backyard. Listen to the birds.
I'm sorry, everybody. There's people trying to join, and they're trying to join our website right now. They're registering. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to let them in so they can come in and get their Zoom information. So
next thing we want to talk about is connecting with yourself. In order to get inspired, find that inspiration from within, because guess what? You have been inspired in the past. Can you believe it? Every single one of you has had some type of inspiration. Am I not right or wrong?
I've never inspired anyone ever.
And I think not only have you inspired others, but you've also inspired yourself. And you've gotten things done. And you've changed things. You made things work for you. So don't forget to put yourself first. And I know that wasn't first on the list because that's sometimes one of the hardest things to do. So that's why I didn't put it at the bottom. That's why I put it in the middle.
Number 5 is work on lifting yourself with positivity. And we shared a post last week about this, about positivity. And what we always teach people, this is a very important lesson.
And I'm going to spell it for the interpreter so she gets it, because we spell positivity, P-A-U-S-E, like taking a pause, waiting a minute, and then reacting, and then making your positive comment. Thinking about what you're going to actually say or what you're going to do before you actually do it. And that's not just that in terms of others. It's also to yourself. How many times are you the first person to tell yourself, oh, I'm probably going to gain 10 pounds when I stand on a scale today? Before saying that, why not take a pause and say, I did really well this week when I did this walk every single day. I'm really proud of my walks this week. Even though my eating might have been a little bit over the board, I still walked every single day. I'm so proud of myself. Get on the scale. See the difference there? You pause, you realize that the thought you had was negative. You change the narrative because, again, your mind is always listening to you. The thoughts you have about yourself, as much as you think, oh yeah, how many of us have done this? Raise your hand. Oh yeah, I know I gained a little weight. Ha 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 ha. Being part of the joke, laughing, being the one that comes up like, oh yeah, I know I'm a little nerdy. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I'm a little gay. Ha 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 ha. Like the joke, you're always like laugh at your own. It's easier to laugh at yourself than getting others that maybe laugh at you, and then you take it personally.
Exactly, right? Exactly. So remember that living in a positive mindset doesn't mean you're always happy. It means that you're always looking at the positive angle in life.
And when you are positive, you will be inspired. It pursues inspiration.
And your brain will listen to this. Mm-hmm. It'll hear the message. It'll hear positive, positive, positive. It won't hear negative, negative, negative. And that will lead to motivation, to inspiration, because you are self-feeding yourself with positivity. If you're waiting for Joe down the street as you're walking every day to say, "Hey, you're doing fine today, girl," then start walking with you all along the whole walk. It's like, keep walking. You're doing. They're not that Joe's not going to follow your whole walk every single day for 2 years while you're trying to lose your weight. I'm sorry, he won't. So if you're not there every day pushing yourself and saying, you know what, today I might have not eaten right, but I still went for my walk, that's better than saying, oh my God, I'm such a pig. I can't believe I ate all that. Period. And that's what we're trying to teach you with this positivity and working with yourself and lifting yourself up.
And you could do it when you get off the scale as well, instead of like, if you do get off the scale, then you did, let's say, put on a pound. You're like, well, it's just a pound. It's just 5 pounds.
That's the only time you can use the word just.
The only time is when you gain. When you gain is the only time you can use.
I don't want to hear,
just.
I just lost a pound.
No.
Or I just went for a 10-minute walk.
But I just gained 1 pound. Or I just maintained.
That's fine.
That's okay.
That's okay.
So next thing is, ask yourself this question.
Not just maintain. I think that that's
I maintained.
Yes.
Yay!
Just there.
No, just there.
Yes.
I apologize. Thank you.
Correcting you, because that would have been, and we'll go back to the transcript later.
I know,
Right?
right?
Like, mistake there.
And then another thing is, what are you afraid of? Have you asked yourself that question lately? What is holding you back? What is stopping you or maybe preventing you from actually initiating that inspiration? Right? Because you're the only one that can really, like, you can find it through others and get inspired by others, but you have to put action to it, right? You can say, I'm totally inspired, I'm amazing, but sit on your couch and not do anything. So how is that true inspiration? The inspiration is there, but now
isn't that what inspiration we have right now?
Finding that motivation to get up, right? So that's where that whole inspiration needs to turn into motivation, right? And how do you do that? How do you find that motivation? Is being around people that inspire you, as we just said. Because if you're around people that inspire you, you'll come down to Toronto 4 times just to hang out. You'll go do things with some friends because they asked you and you know that saying yes is something good for you, right? So find your people. You might have different people for different things, and that's okay.
Come join our website and assume
that.
Those are your people.
Come join us. Come talk to us.
Come talk to us.
Bring us your inspiration.
Exactly.
Tell us what you're doing in order to inspire yourself and others. And the last thing, which is actually, I think it's the most genius thing ever, stop stressing about being inspired. We stress about so many freaking other things in our life.
How many times you sit and go, oh my God, I wish I just had motivation. I wish I was inspired to do something right now. Oh my God, I wish I could just get up and
you're wasting so much time doing that we're not doing anything.
And it's okay to do that. But what we're saying is that don't stress about it.
Yeah.
Stop getting mad at yourself for not doing something. And I know a lot of us do this. A lot of us do this.
We're guilty.
I was supposed to start tomorrow. Oh, I was supposed to start yesterday. And, and
yesterday.
Yeah, I was supposed to start yesterday. And, I basically every day is not, every day is a Monday, but every day's been a Saturday for us a lot recently. But we're not discouraged by it. And I think that's one of the things that why we're having this conversation today. As much as Jean-Luc and I aren't right now as motivated to keep eating healthy meals every meal of the day, we are still teaching STEP. We're still here on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. We are still having live events and doing things, going out. This weekend, did we sit around our house all weekend? No, we walked to Sitar. We took the subway downtown on Saturday, walked everywhere. We took a walk on Friday. On Saturday, we walked at the mall. We did not stop all weekend. And that's, people say, well, you didn't go to the gym. That doesn't matter. I walked like 16,000 steps just by doing fun activities around Toronto. So it's just about thinking of what are you doing instead of thinking of what am I not doing.
Or actually applying your inspiration to what you've already accomplished. I love that what Nick just said there. Is saying, instead of looking for future inspiration, maybe get inspired from what you've already accomplished. Oh my God, I've been working on my garden this week. I'm so proud of myself.
I love when people shared that. I was like, that's activity.
Like, amazing.
I mean, I can't do that. Nick is not a nature green thumb guy.
So don't have a garden.
We grew a garden once.
We got a lot of tomatoes.
We had plants before. Do you see any plants living still in this condo? No, they don't live with. They're horrible with plants. Our cats are well. See, Casey's fine. The feline variety, they're taken care of really well, but plants, They go to my mom's or his mom's because we're not good with plants. My mom has a jungle at her house, so
She does.
yeah, she has a jungle.
So we're really hoping that this topic tonight inspired you a little bit to maybe stress less about it and think about what you're already doing, change things up, change your environment by going outside, being positive and taking moments of those pauses to really ponder about what I've already been doing.
And I do have homework for everybody
I
today.
have homework.
So I'm hoping to motivate all of you to do this for me for my birthday. Okay? In the VIP group between now and May 28th. Anybody who's watching who's in the VIP group, I want you to go live once between now and my birthday. And this live video, you can talk about anything. It could be before your step class. Just come on and say, I'm about to do step and I'm live. This is for you, Nick and Jean-Luc, and end your live feed. I want all of you to try to break out of your comfort zone to do one live video in the next 7 days, okay? And I know you can do it.
Be creative.
Be creative. On a walk, take your phone out. Don't even film yourself. Film nature.
Film nature.
Don't film yourself.
Let us hear your voice.
And remember, we're telling you to do this in the VIP group only. Don't do it in the Hello at Jean-Luc and Nick group. Do it in the VIP group, the small group, so you only have an audience of the people who are here in your supporting community.
If those of you in Hello and Jean-Luc and Nick want to do it in that group, do it as well. But you don't have to.
You don't have to. What we're trying to say is this is all about getting out of your comfort zone. Some of you ziplined with us. Some of you have walked, and Anne-Marie is now walking hikes like 29 kilometers on weekends. Rie can walk and go at, she climbed a CN Tower. I mean, all of us are capable of pushing ourselves a bit out of our comfort zone. And I'll tell you this, I was a very shy person. I would have never done this. I met him and he taught me how to be less scared about, even though I'm sweating like a mess right now and I'm still nervous, but he taught me that I can have value in talking like this. And you all have value in the same way. And so I'm hoping that you give this a chance, try it once. You have 7 days to come up with something. And again, all you have to do is to do it.
My birthday is next Tuesday.
My birthday, it is 7 days away. Exactly. So you have 7 days. You can even do it on my birthday and sing me happy birthday on my birthday live. Oh my God, I would love that. If you don't get an idea if that's what you want to do, there's my birthday gift. Sing me happy birthday live on the Facebook group. And you know what? You'll see how easy it is. And some of you might feel like doing it again afterwards, okay?
That's exactly it. So on that note, everybody, live stream, thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you, Joanne, for interpreting for us. As we mentioned in the past, we are doing our best to make this as accessible as we can when we are able to find an interpreter who's available.
Thank you.
Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, but thank you. We love you, Joe.
And tomorrow morning, we will be attempting step again.
Yes.
Take number 16.
Yes, but I look at it this way. Tomorrow's the only morning. No, there's all week. Never mind. Tomorrow's the only evening.
So lost.
I thought Thursday and Friday still happen this week.
So it's Zoom Room. Stick around, everybody, on the streams. We'll see you all tomorrow morning.